Introducing the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor.fm, and many more. The Open Palm Podcast, where the host engages his listeners with inspirational messages, motivating themes, and thought-provoking ideas. Topics include: make more mistakes, how much is your value, don't get right, get going, learning to let go, excellence is a habit, and more. Binge listen today. Subscribe today. It's getting excellent ratings. That's the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. You can also find it on YouTube. Make sure you share it with your social networks and connect on Twitter and Instagram at Jerome Shaw. That's the Open Palm Podcast with Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms. Go listen, download, and subscribe now.
One of the greatest regrets of people in later years is the life that could have been. The life they wish they had, or the life they wish they'd lived and had the courage to pursue. Each day, that time was available. More time. There are 4 things that never return. I learned this from Dennis Kimbro, author of Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice, and Success Secrets of Black Millionaires. The 4 things that never return: the spoken word, the speeding arrow, the wasted life, and the neglected opportunity. There is no return for time that is wasted or time that is spent. There is no return for spent time. Now, to dream of the person you wish to be is to waste the person you are. But to dream of the time you wish you had, wow, that's heavy. Will you be one of those, my friend, when you are up in age, in your later years, wondering, what if? Wondering, if only? Will you be one that speaks those words, that wishes you had made better use of your time? The most precious thing that we have, that we cannot get back. Or will you take today? Will you win the day? Will you say, to hell with circumstances, I create opportunities? Will you say that no matter what the price of admission is for your dreams, you will pay the cost? At any cost. What will you say, my friend? What will you say to those who, nearing their deathbed, wish they had done more with their time? As they go from this form to the next, as they leave this dimension and move on to wherever it is that we go, what will you say? It is a rare thing to die a natural death. I mean that the quote, some people die at 25, but are buried at 75. There are those who are not truly living. There is something to be said of the child who survived. I just did a podcast interview, wonderful interview with my friend Dwayne Toops. Check out his podcast, The Process and the Path, where we spoke about the child who survived adulthood. Will you be that child? Or will the child within you die with adulthood? It's a serious question. I had to ask myself. I'm so happy, I'm so glad that I've still retained my curiosity, that I still have this voracious hunger when it comes to learning new things, that I'm still unafraid to fall on my face and fail, that I have not let fear keep me down. I'm so happy. But if I was still in the same position that I was a year ago, if I was still working a job that I hated, that I smiled around the office in my comfortable cubicle, if I was still high-fiving people that, even though I did care about, the situation I was in, the circumstances I was in, I cared less for. Not feeling fulfilled, feeling as if I wasn't in my purpose, wasn't going for it, wasn't getting after it, wasn't doing anything that was impactful in the ways in which I'd envisioned. For so long I felt this way. But no longer. Now, I have been revitalized. I have been restored. There's been a rebirth in my mind, my friend. I have been reinvigorated with this new life, knowing that my environment has restructured the way that I look at things and my perspective. For when there was a time I was trapped and felt like there was no way out, now I can look back and see that there was always a way. I just didn't notice. I was too busy to realize, too occupied to understand that the things I wished for and the things I cried for and the things I asked for and the things I pleaded for, the things I begged for, were right in front of me the entire time. Don't go to the grave with regret, my friend. Don't be buried and not really have lived. Don't die before your time. Keep going, keep growing, keep giving, keep living. Keep striving and keep thriving. You've got this, my friend. As long as there is life, there is hope. Thank you for listening, my friend. This has been Jerome Shaw on TOP. That is the Open Palm Podcast here in San Antonio, Texas. The open palm means harmony with the world, understanding our place in the world, using our skills accordingly, greeting the world with an open palm instead of a closed fist. I pray that you received an encouraging message from this episode today and that you would share it with someone else who is learning and growing just like you, striving to become their greatest version before their time is done, to see all that life truly has to offer. Folks have asked how they can support the podcast. Well, the best way to support would be to become a supporter. If you gain value and resonated with this, I invite you to open your browser to anchor.fm/jshaw, and supporting it there, clicking that little button is much appreciated, my friend. Even just taking a moment of your time to give this a positive rating on whatever platform that you have chosen to listen to it is much appreciated. Be well, be blessed, and have a wonderful day or night wherever you are. Take care. Hey there, my friend. So you've heard about Anchor, but do you know why it's the easiest way to make a podcast? Well, first off, it's free. It allows you to use creation tools that let you record your podcast right from your phone or computer. It also distributes your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more platforms. You can even make money from your podcast with minimum listenership. It's everything you need in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. Can't wait to hear yours. Let's see what you have to offer the world.